Hi and welcome back to another catch up with me video, you guys. I am super excited. I have quite a few things that I want to share with you, so we're going to jump right on in. So let me show you my planner layout for the week. Now, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, I did not put a whole lot of thought into this, but because this is March and there was some green, I decided to use these Disney stickers, which I absolutely love. They all say noted on here, but like I said, it was a pink and green kind of theme here, so I just decided to run with it. Okay. Oh, and before I go any further, normally y'all know when I'm doing my videos I am drinking water. Well, today I am not. I am in my GNC cup here, as you can see on the front. I'm having apple juice, so because that's what I felt like having today. Now so that is today's liquid libation. I just thought I would share that with you. I want to wish you all a happy new month, you guys. It is March. It is the first day of a new month, so you know what that means. That means that we have a whole new month to get it right. So if you decided that you were going to do something in February, maybe you didn't get to it, maybe you didn't finish it, guess what? We have a whole new month to get it right. And I love the start of a new month because guess what? A new month means new ideas. It means new possibilities. It means new blessings, new mercies, just new. And I don't know about you all, but I love new. Hence the reason why I always buy my cars brand new, because I like new things. So this is going to be a great month. This is going to be a great month, regardless of what you think, regardless of what it looks like, what it feels like, what somebody told you. This is going to be a great month. And guess what? This is also the last month in the first quarter. So that means, you guys, we have got to finish this quarter strong. So whatever you started in January and you didn't finish, I need you to finish it. This is the month that we are going to finish all of our unfinished stuff. Okay? I'm challenging you to do that. And also, I forgot to tell y'all, this is what I was doing before I started recording this video. I was watching, I hope you guys can see that. You probably can't because of my light, but I am watching, and this scene is kind of dark. I'm watching Zootopia. In fact, let me hit the play button. So this is what I was doing, you guys. I'm watching Zootopia. Don't judge me because I don't judge you. That just happened to be another one of my many favorite Disney movies. Now, your word for this week, because I said I'm going to try to make sure I give you a word for the week, but your word for the week is purpose. So purpose can guide your life decisions, influence behavior, shape goals, offer a sense of direction, and create meaning. For some people, purpose is connected to meaningful, satisfying work. For others, their purpose lies in their responsibilities to their families and their friends. Others still seek meaning through spirituality or religious beliefs. Some people may find their purpose clearly expressed in all of these aspects of life. So purpose will be unique for everyone. What you identify as your path may be different from others. So always know that whatever your path is, it may not be the same as mine, and mine may not be the same as yours. And that's all right, because we all have different paths. So what's more, your purpose can shift and change throughout your life. Let me put a pin right here. That's why whatever it is that you wanted to be when you were in elementary school changed probably by the time you got to high school, which changed by the time you got into your 20s or 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever age you are, because things are always shifting. So if you feel like you are the only one whose purpose is shifting, honey, don't think that, because everybody's purpose shifts from time to time. And where did I leave off? In response to the evolving priorities and fluctuations of your own experiences. So questions that may come up when you reflect upon your life purposes are, who am I? And that should be a question that if you've never asked yourself that question, I need you to sit down, put pen to paper. You guys know I'm a big journal lover. And you need to write down that question, who am I? And you write down who you think you are, not who people say you are, but I need you to write down who you are. And then ask the question, where do I belong? because we all belong someplace. But many of us have never even stopped to think about where is it that we belong. And then the last question I want you to ask yourself is, when do I feel fulfilled? Because again, so many people go through life and they're never fulfilled. And I'm going to tell you what happens when you're never fulfilled. You jump from one place to the next place, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And that's not just life changing, because life changes. But when you're not fulfilled, it keeps you hopping all over the place. And before you know it, you're going to get to the end of your road having completed nothing, because you've just been hopping all your life. So you need to know, again, who you are. You need to know where do you belong, and you need to know how do you know when you are fulfilled, okay? So I need you all, and I'm going to thank you in advance for doing that for me. I believe that you will, and I promise that you're going to learn some things about yourself that you probably didn't even know. So y'all, I had to share this with you. Lord have mercy. So yesterday's sermon, my pastor has been preaching the 10 commandments, 10 things that have not changed. And it has been a powerful 7 weeks, because on yesterday we were on commandment number 7. And the subtitle of that sermon is Our Need for Marital Faithfulness, which comes from the book of Exodus 20 and 14. Now, I am not married, okay? I've never been married. Hopefully one day I will be married. However, and because I am quite aware that of what the Bible says about thou shalt not commit adultery. And too often people do. Here's my thing. If you're going to commit adultery, why get married to begin with? And I know what you're saying. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Because I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. You're saying, well, Michelle, but they changed. They're not the same person. I'm not happy. I'm not fulfilled. Well, guess what? If you're none of those things, then leave. Just leave. Don't cheat. Because guess what? Not only do you have to answer to your spouse for your behavior, but you got to answer to God. And even if your spouse never finds out that you were cheating, God knows that you were. And I don't know about you, but if I had a spouse, I'm less worried about having to face him than I am having to face God. But that's a whole nother sermon topic for a whole nother time, a whole nother video for a whole nother time. But I'm just saying. So if you would like to catch that sermon, if you are on Facebook, go to the Metropolitan Baptist Church website, Facebook page, and you'll be able to check out that sermon, because it was a powerful one. And if you know me, then you know, honey, I'm a note taker. So I have about 4 pages of notes. And I wanted to point out where my pastor talked about some things that cause adultery. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The consequences of adultery is what he was talking about. Number 1, he said it defies God. That's powerful right there. Number 2, it destroys families. I can't begin to tell you how many people I know who are married and either one or both individuals have committed adultery, and it has just torn the family apart. And see, when you have kids involved, that's even worse. And then number 3, it damages people. Because when he talked about how it damages people, sometimes when you're not careful about who you choose to lay down with, come on, somebody, you can end up getting STDs, some of which you can get rid of and some that you cannot. So, you know, I just said all of that to say that you might want to think about some of these things. And then he talked about the causes of adultery. Number 1, he said unrestrained sexuality. Number 2, unfulfilled desires. Number 3, it causes insecurity. Number 4, undisciplined lifestyle. And then lastly, he said, what is the cure for adultery? And this is just a short list of 5 things that he came up with. I'm pretty sure you can come up with more. He said, number 1, agree with God on the subject, meaning that you agree with the 7th commandment in that thou shalt not commit adultery. You must agree on that. Number 2, he said, confess your sins. I don't know about you, but I confess my sins to God daily, because guess what? If you're living and breathing, you're sinning. It doesn't matter how big or small that sin is. It doesn't mean that you committed adultery. It's the sin. Sin, period, is what we are confessing to God. Not that he doesn't already know it, but he wants us to come to him with it anyway. But as it results to adultery, you need to confess your sin. Number 3, he said, understand your limitations. You need to know, what is your kryptonite? You remember how Superman was strong and he was fearless, but he had one thing that could bring him down, and it was the kryptonite. So you need to know, what is your kryptonite? That's deep right there. Then he said, number 4, walk in the Spirit. And you have to do this day by day and step by step. Is it going to be easy? No. But is it going to be worth it? Absolutely. And then number 5, he said, meet each other's needs at home. Do you realize that more times than not, if you and your spouse's needs are being met at home, then chances are you won't have any reason to want to go out and cheat. Because I know people that will tell you, why should I go out and cheat? You know, I have a great man at home. I have a great woman at home. My needs are being met. You know, I'm happy. There's nothing out in the street for me. So all I'm saying is, take care of each other's needs at home, and then we can bypass all of this. Now, is it always that cut and dry? No. Because some people are just going to cheat because it's in them to do that. And you can be the best man or the best woman that you possibly can be, and they're still going to cheat. So, you know, let's just keep it real. Next, I wanted to show you guys, I switched out the cover on my vision book. Now, I don't have it with me, but this is the new cover. As you can see, it's teal, and it's a hardback cover because I like these. But the reason why I switched it out is because before, this cover was pink. And I was finding that if I wasn't careful, if I didn't take the time, I was picking up the wrong journal. Because this is my vision book, but my prayer journal / war binder also has a cover that was pink. And so I would always have to make sure I opened it up to see what my first tab said. And as this one says health and wellness. So I had to make sure that this was the vision book I was grabbing and not my war binder. So I said, you know what? And instead of doing that, because I was going to save this cover for next year for my vision book. But I said, nope, Michelle, just go ahead. Take the pink cover off. Put this one on. And then that way you won't have any problems. Because I was just getting tired of that. Next, oh, you guys, I want you to be sure to check out my new milkshake website. And it's msha.ke/speaklifecoaching. And I will make sure that I put the information in the description box because I truly want you guys to check that out. I just thought it was interesting. I came across it. Now, I don't know if they make it for Android phones. I really do not. But if you have an iPhone or an iPad, then you can certainly put that on there. I absolutely love it. It's free, okay? And you can take that link and you can share it with people. I actually sent the link to myself so I could see what it looked like. And it's an abbreviated website, to be honest with you. Now, I have a main website that has several pages with all of the stuff that I do, but this one I thought, oh, this is so cute, I like this. And so I just created it because, you know, I had nothing else better to do at the time. So I created that, and I'm going to share that in the description box. Make sure you click on it and check it out. And again, if you have an iPhone, and let's say you are not interested in spending money on a website, you can set that up and share that with everybody that you know, and on all your social media platforms. Movies that I've watched this week. So y'all, I finally watched a Medea family reunion on YouTube Movies, and all I can say, y'all, this movie was funny from start to finish. Okay, just absolutely funny from start to finish. And the story's about this guy who dies. And I'm not gonna give the plot away because I want you to go watch it. But you just see how all these secrets in the family start to come out. And if you know Medea, honey, Medea's just being Medea. So make sure y'all check that out. Again, that's on YouTube Movies. And before I forget, whenever I share a movie with you that I watched, if I tell you that it was on YouTube Movies, you're gonna either have to rent it or you can purchase the movie. The choice is yours. But it's not a free movie. Or if it is a free movie, then of course I'll let you know that. I also watched Bigfoot Family, and this is on Netflix, and I had never heard of this, but it was quite interesting. So, yeah, Secret Obsession. Oh, okay. So, wait a minute, hold on one second, you guys. See, sometimes my notes just kind of run together. So, it's a cute story. It's a family story about a family. They have big feet. And it was just a really cute story from start to finish. So, it is something that your little ones can watch. And I promise you'll love it as well, because I know I did. Then I watched a movie called Secret Obsession. Hunty, this movie was intense, okay? So, Jennifer, who's the main character, she wakes up in the hospital with amnesia after being attacked, and she finds that her husband is taking excellent care of her, but then she starts to get her memory back. And she finds out the man that's pretending to be her husband is really a co-worker that was madly in love with her, and this co-worker killed her husband, which caused this whole incident anyway, where she ended up getting hurt and ended up in the hospital. And then she figures all of this stuff out. So y'all, I'm trying to tell you, that movie was intense from beginning to end. It threw me for a loop. Because when I realized that the man that was taking care of her was not really her husband, oh Lord, that was powerful. So y'all make sure you go check that out. But that's on Netflix. And then I watched a movie called Walk Away from Love, which is also on Netflix. And it's about an attorney who's afraid to fall in love again after her last heartbreak. She has a new man. And just as she's coming to terms with finding love, or I should say allowing herself to find love again, her ex wants to come back into her life. Well, she finds out that she's pregnant by the current guy in her life, and she decides that, you know what, she's going to move forward with the current guy in her life and not take back the ex. But when I tell y'all this was a good movie from beginning to end, please believe me. Check that out. That's on Netflix as well. But I'm not going to tell you how the ending is, because I want you to go watch that. I really do. And then lastly, I watched a movie called The Perfect Match. This is a YouTube movie as well. And it's a great story. It's about a guy who's afraid to fall in love. And then one day he finally finds love. And I'm not going to tell you the rest because I want you to watch that movie. But I promise you will love it. Okay, so please make sure. And I'm going to link all of those movies in the description box and where you can find them. Check them out. Next on my list, my first signature coaching program, it's called the Confident Speaker Series, is done. You guys, it is done. D-O-N-E, done. And I'm going to scream because I forgot to show you. Lord, I forgot to show you the booklet. The workbook is complete, but unfortunately I don't have it with me because it is across the room and I do not want to stop this video to go do it. So don't worry about it. I'm going to make a note to show it to you next week, but it is done. So I'm going to say that course is done. So be looking for that very, very soon. And when I tell you I'm super excited, y'all, I'm super excited. And yeah, I'm super excited. Now, I'm still working out the details on how I want to market the course. I'm not sure if it's something I want to do on a one-on-one basis, or if I want to do it as a group, or if I'm going to just record the sessions, which I'm thinking more along the line of doing that, where I'm going to record the sessions and then you can just purchase the whole series and just have it, and you can it'll be a self-paced course, let's call it that. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about it probably will be a self-paced course, but I promise you I will have a definitive answer for you next week on how it's going to work. Next, let's see. I wanted to, I didn't have this in my notes, but I wanted to share with you all a good friend of mine, and she's a fellow deacon at church. She is selling touchstone crystals by Swartz. Yeah, I can't say that, but anyway, this is her catalog right here. I'm going to leave the description for her business in the description. I'm going to leave a link in the description box because I want you to check this out. Her name is Tina Long. But y'all, this bracelet right here, I'm loving this. And she said it wraps around your arm. These three right here, they have clasps on them, and these two right here, they stretch. Now I have nails, so using clasps just doesn't always work well for me, but I definitely want to try this bracelet. It comes in several colors. This is navy blue. I've seen it in black. Quite a few colors in this book, and like I said, the jewelry is absolutely gorgeous. And it comes in, y'all, this tan, this brownish tan color, loving that right now. But again, I'm going to put the link for how you can check this out. You may be interested in selling it. Give Tina a call, reach out to her. I'm pretty sure she would love to have you join her team. But y'all, you need to get your eyes into that because it is super cute. I also purchased a new book. I happened to go into Walmart for supplies, and we're going to leave it at that. And I saw this book on the table, and it's called The Women of Color Daily Devotional. And if you guys know me, then you know I love devotionals. I'm actually, Dad, that's across the room too. I'm actually reading another book by this same company, and it's about women of color in the Bible. And so I'm going through that. But this is a devotional, and it starts today. So let me just share with you really, really quickly. Today, and I'm going to show you guys that I do read my devotions now. Don't play with me. But today, March the 1st, week 1 is about faith. And today is about stepping out. And the scripture reference is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And I'm going to tell you something, and that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. But if you don't have faith, honey, you have nothing. So as you can see where I've been highlighting on this page, I have read my devotional. And so this, I believe this goes all the way up to May the 4th. And then there's another book about women of color daily devotional. And as you can see right here in the bottom, hopefully you can see that it says spring edition. Well, the one that starts May the 5th starts the summer and fall edition. And I did look it up. They actually have a winter edition as well. So I'll get those, you know, once the time comes and I'm ready for those. But I did want to share that with you. And this book, I believe it was like $11 or $12 out of Walmart. Now, it was actually $14.99, but if you ever notice, when you go into Walmart, they always have like a 20% off on their books, 20-30% or something like that. If you go to their website and purchase this book, or if you go to Amazon, you're probably going to pay full price for it. So I am loving it. And let me see, I talked about the touchstone crystals, and again, I will leave Tina's information if you're interested in becoming an independent consultant or just purchasing the jewelry, period, because I think it is phenomenal. Now, I will say this, the jewelry is beautiful. Everything they have is beautiful. Now, it is not paparazzi jewelry, so let me just be clear on that. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with paparazzi jewelry. I think it is absolutely gorgeous pieces. I have a couple of them myself that were gifted to me, and a couple that I've actually purchased. But this touchstone jewelry is a little bit more expensive than that. It's not, none of it is $5 that I've seen. But I'm telling you, it is absolutely phenomenal. So as we begin to close, I just want to remind you guys, please be sure to check out my website. I love it when I go and do my stats for the week and I see that my website is getting views. Thank you for those of you that are doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Truly appreciate that. MichelleIsMakingItHappen.com. Check out my podcast, which is called Elevator Talk with Michelle. I put out a new podcast every Saturday. Every Saturday, you guys. So I'll put the link in the description box for how you can get to that. Now, keep in mind, you can get to my podcast by going to my website. If you go to my website, at the top, you will see my podcast. You click on that, it'll take you directly to my podcast. So if you don't remember the link for the podcast, just go to my website. You can get it. Check out my Selfie store, Speak Life Coaching Group, Selfie.com. I will leave that in the description box. I have really great content calendars on there that I think you really need. If you are putting content out, be it on YouTube, on LinkedIn, any social media platform, you will definitely need that because it keeps you focused, so and you know what you're posting, so you're not posting the same thing over and over again. Sign up to get your own Selfie account if you decide that's what you want to do. You get a $15 discount, and I'll leave the link for that as well. I am an ambassador with Selfie, and so you can use that link to get you a $15 off. Please be sure to check out Circle of Champions, you guys, every Thursday from 7 to 9. We have the most Meaty discussions about business, about branding, all of that good stuff. You've got to come out and check out Bob and Annetta. It is absolutely phenomenal, and I promise you will not be disappointed by it. Okay, and that's every Thursday from 7 to 9. Again, I will put the link down where you can go to Circle of Champions website to sign up and register. If you have a product or a service that you would like for me to feature on my Catch Up With Me videos, and for $49 I will do that for a full month for you. Now, this right here is not sponsored. This is just something I wanted to share with you. This is not sponsored either, although they do have a program. If you're interested in selling their books for $99, you get a kit with all their books and Bibles that you can sell on your own. But this is not a sponsored video. This is just something I feel strongly about, and I wanted to share it with you guys. But you can do that for $49 a month, and I'll be more than happy to talk about your service or your product on my Catch Up With Me videos, as well as share it on my social media platforms. You just have to make sure you get me your stuff by the last week in the previous month, because I need to have time to incorporate it into my videos. And please be sure to sign up for your membership at COC University at cocuniversity.com. I promise you, you will love it. There are different levels and tiers that you can come in on. So depending on where your budget is, there's something for everybody. Again, the link for that will be in the description box. But if you go to my website, you can get to COC University as well, because I do have a tab up there for that. And I am a trainer with Circle of Champions, so I am pushing this thing hard. But guess what? Even when I wasn't, I was still pushing it hard, because I believe in Bob, I believe in Miss Annetta, and I believe in the Circle of Champions, Women in Business Network of America, and what it has to offer. I truly do. And then also, you guys, last but not least, please make sure that you're wearing your masks. Please make sure you're socially distancing yourself. If you have to go out, just be careful. Please, 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 I cannot stress that enough. Please be careful if you have to go out and be around other people, okay? Because I love each and every one of y'all, and I want you all to stay nice and healthy. So that's it. That's all I have. I want to say thank you so much to my newest subscribers. I love it when I get notifications I have new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. I love each and every one of you. And guess what, y'all? Let me share this with you real quick. I have someone that told me on Saturday, so Michelle, you know what? I'm loving your channel. I love your cooking videos, and you've actually taught me something. Y'all have no idea. Dave, thank you so much, because that made my year. That made the rest of this sister's year. You hear what I'm saying? Thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you guys do. I love you all. You know the drill. You know my spiel. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to love you no matter what. I'm going to love you when you're going up. I'm going to love you when you're coming down. I'm going to love you when you're going in. And honey, I'm going to love you when you're coming out. And again, there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing at all. And more importantly, I am going to love you guys even when nobody else